guys, today's video is going to be a little different and I'm really excited. I'm going to be reviewing some of my art supplies. Some of my subscribers have recommended this, and make sure you comment down below what you guys want to see from me, and I will be more than happy to upload videos like that. Yeah, before we get into this video, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and that like button. I'm going to start out by showing you guys what I'm reviewing today. So the first thing I'm going to be reviewing are these beautiful paintbrushes. The brand is Artist's Loft, and they're from Michaels. There are so many different sizes and varieties of paintbrushes in this set, and I haven't even gotten to using all of them. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video to check out what all of these supplies look like in action. Okay, and the next supply that I'm going to be reviewing is this watercolor set. It's honestly amazing. There's like so many different colors. There's 36 shades. And yeah, the colors are super poppy, watercolor set. So if you're gonna do pop art, I definitely recommend you use this. And the next supply that I'm going to be reviewing are these pencils, and I use them a lot when I'm sketching, and they come in handy a lot, and I really just love them. So I have them in this pouch, and yeah, let me show you guys what they look like. Okay. So I know you guys can't see the top of the pencil right now, or the lead, but this is what they look like. They're very lightweight, and it's so fun to just move the pencil around freely. So yeah, make sure that you stay tuned so that you can see these supplies in action. And yeah, I'm so excited. Let's get right into using these. Okay everyone, so here we are, and these are the 3 paintbrushes that I normally use. I have a small paintbrush, a medium paintbrush, and the biggest paintbrush that I'm probably going to use. And here is our beautiful watercolor set. And it comes with this paintbrush that we will also try and use today. Okay, so first things first, let's use the paintbrushes. So I think that I'm going to use this royal blue here. I think it's really pretty, and I just want to show you guys what a streak of color would look like. And I advise you, if you're thinking of doing like a painting and you're gonna use like watercolors, don't use too much water unless you really want to lighten the color, because putting in too much water makes the paper way too wet. Okay, and if you've taken too much water, then I recommend that you use the tip of the bowl that you have the water in, and just, you know, take off the excess water. But anyways, here's a small streak of that royal blue. I think I put in a little too much water, but that is okay. It's still very pretty. It's very light. It's a sky blue right now. And let's test out a nice orange, okay? So I want to wash out my paintbrush. And by the way, let's talk about paintbrushes a little now. The paintbrushes, here, this is the orange I'm going to use. The paintbrushes are, they're very lightweight, and I feel like I can just like, you know, just like move the paintbrush freely, and that's what I really like about this. So this has turned into a little mac and cheese color, I guess, like here. So this is the color, this orange color, and I think it's very pretty, and it's like a very fruity, poppy color that would really work if you were trying to color a orange. And that was this shade of orange, by the way, right here. Oops. Okay, this orange right here. I did not bother to use the darkest. I wanted to show you guys the medium. And here, let me put the paintbrush over here. And let's try out a couple more colors, okay? So again, I took a little too much water. So as you guys can see, this cup, reusable, don't throw it away. keep it in your cabinet, and every time you want to watercolor, just take it out and start new. So I think I'm gonna use this color. I've never used it before. Wow, look at that. It's so bright. I think it's a magenta, what we're looking at right now. So let's talk about mixing colors when you're watercoloring. So if you want to mix two colors, I would say be very careful. That's when water becomes like very disturbing, because you really just don't want it to be too, what should I say, too, you don't want the colors to go away from each other. That's what I'm trying to say. And here's the pink. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, there we go. Here's what the pink looks like. It was kind of like a princessy pink, like Aurora, the Disney princess Aurora. That's what this color really reminds me of. And it's still very pretty. I think I would do it, I would use this color if I were doing a flower painting. Which in this case, we're just testing out these colors. Now let's test out the paintbrush that actually came with the watercolor set. So this paintbrush I have used before. It's black, and the bristle. It's kind of like a medium bristle, kind of like this one, except I chose this because, it depends if you're doing like a flat drawing and you're not trying to make your drawing 3D and everything. Then that's when this medium brush comes in handy. But again, we're testing this. So I think we should do a bright color again, and then we'll try a light color just to see if it really makes a difference and if it really does show up as the color that's on the palette. So I chose this nice green over here. This very nice green. I love this green. I've been getting into it lately. It's so nice. Wow. Okay, I think that this green is very pretty. I have used it before. However, it is a little bluish. Here. It looks a little bluish, and that's the thing that's kind of throwing me off, because what I see right now on the palette is this dark green, and what I'm getting is this very bluish greenish thing that's light. And I have a feeling that if I'd gone any lighter in the green section, I would have become more blue and a lot lighter. But again, sometimes it has to do with the water. And now let's talk about the paintbrush. So the paintbrush itself was kind of similar to this. This one is a little bit thinner, and I felt like when I was painting with it, I was losing control of the bristles. Now that's the thing I really just don't like about things that come in with the watercolor sets, as far as every time I get a watercolor set, I usually get a paintbrush with bristles that are a little thick and all over the place, and that's just not very amazing, and it's almost like it's a very old paintbrush, which it is not. But let's test out the light watercolors and see if it really does make a difference. So here, this shade is here. This shade is a lot lighter than what we saw over here, and again, just keep in mind what the color looked like when we put it onto the paper, when we painted with it. So again, here I have it. I'm going to take off some of the water just in case that is the cause of it being lighter. Okay, so this is definitely much lighter, but also very similar to what I see on the palette. And this green, here, let me show it to you guys first. As I was saying, this color right here, it would be like one of those colors that I would use when I was younger and I was having fun with those colors, and I was like making mermaids or painting grass. That's the type of color that I would have used then. But right now it's like a mintish green. I still really do like the color. It does look very similar to the one in the palette. Again, it's a bit lighter and it does have to do with water. That's the whole point of watercolors. And it's fun to get to play with the color and how light you want to make it and how dark you want to make it. And yeah, that's all the shades I'm going to be showing you guys. Again, take a good look at all the colors that I have displayed. I think these colors are like the colors that you guys will mainly use. There are some nude colors in here that come in handy, but yeah. Okay, and again, I just wanted to show you guys the set before I close it up and show you guys our next supply. Okay, so for our next supply, by the way, I just wanted to mention before we move on, it's a good thing I remembered. We have our paintbrushes, right? And in order to keep your paintbrushes clean and, you know, just thriving, you need to keep them in water as soon as you're done painting with them. Don't keep them in water for too long if you're not done painting with them. Like if you leave it unattended, when you go back to painting with it, from experience, it's just like terrible, taking off all the water. Maybe you've accidentally already dipped it into the color. It's just terrible, so don't leave it in there until you know that you're done. So now that I know that I'm done, I've kept all these paintbrushes in here so that all the color can go out, and I would do this for at least 24 hours, and if the color has not drained from the paintbrushes then try 48 hours or a little more. And when you're done with that, don't put it right back in to the set, because what you'll end up doing is making all the other paintbrushes wet, and if there's going to be a very light tint left in the paintbrushes, that's why you gotta wait for the paintbrushes to dry before you put them back with the others. So just dump out the water and leave the paintbrushes to dry. Okay, so that was our painting part of the video, and now we're gonna test out our pencils. So I have an eraser here. And yeah, so let's get out the pencils. I'm gonna use a 2B right now, and I'm just gonna shade something real quick. So when shading, you want to loosen your grip and hold it like this when you're shading. That way you have a better grip of the pencil and you can see what you've shaded. So this was just a quick shade. And this is like, you know, what your typical 2B pencil would do. It would, when you're sketching, it'll come out in this color. And if you really do force the pencil to draw, then it will come out much darker. And honestly, I think this shade right here, let me show it to you guys again one more time just for reference. This shade right here is good for just a simple sketch, you know, just a sketch before actually going into it and adding in all of the details. And if you really want to make it anything darker, I think this is like as dark as I can make the pencil go. This is what it would look like. And that leads me to show you guys what my 6B pencil can do. I'm not going to show you guys what all the pencils can do, but yeah. Okay, so now let's test out the 6B, and the first two shades were from the 2B, just remember that. So right now I am not putting any pressure on the 6B pencil. And as you can see, this is what it looks like, the third shade. And it's not nearly as dark as what the 2B pencil could do if I put pressure on it. But let's see what it can do if I really do put a bunch of pressure on this pencil. And again, same thing, just loosen your grip on it. Put your fingers on the bottom of the pencil so you can see what you're doing and you have a better grip on it. Wow, oh my god, I'm so excited to show you guys what this looks like in close up. Wow. Beauty of this, wow, so much darker than the last color from the 2B pencil. As you guys can see, this really makes a big difference. And if you guys are trying to make a realistic drawing, then the 6B pencil and the 2B pencil are gonna come in handy. Like, it'll help you so much, especially the 2B pencil for the darker areas. And I'm going to show you guys one more pencil before we end up closing this up. So here. Okay, I'm looking for it real quick. Okay, so for your lighter colors, you can either use the 2B, and of course try and use it the lightest, and try and loosen your grips as much as you possibly can. And if not, then I want you to use I want you to use an H or an HB. So I'm going to show you guys HB right now. This is what it looks like, and here's where it shows what the medium of the pencil is. And HB is very good for detail. I use HB a lot when I'm going in for just like simple details. And this is what it looks like when my grip is loosened. Not putting any pressure on the pencil, just a simple shade. 5th color, and it is very light. As you can see, it's almost the same as the 2B. I think for the 2B I loosened my pressure on it a lot. This is what it looks like, and I want to show you guys what it looks like when I put a lot of pressure on the pencil. So let's go see what that looks like. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Again, very similar to the 2B. They are a little lighter. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. But out of all of these, I have to be honest, I think I like the 6B with pressure on it a lot. Like, just a look at the beauty of it and how smooth it came out. I really love that. Again, HB is great for detail, and no matter how much you sharpen it, it'll always be the same, and it'll just be great. And as you guys can see, it's just like, it's not smooth like the 6B and the 2B. It's more like a bunch of lines very close together. Okay, and my review on these, my ratings, I'm going to give you guys my ratings real quick. My rating for the paintbrushes would probably be a 9 out of 10. They were pretty good. There was no major setbacks on them, and as long as you keep them in good shape, you shall be good to go. And my rating for the watercolors would definitely be a 7 out of 10, just because the brush was kind of a letdown. Again, the bristles, and if you want a more detailed version of that, just go back into the video and replay that. And my rating for these pencils, these awesome pencils, again, this is what they look like, would be probably just like a 10 out of 10. They are definitely just like what most pencils would do, and they're like high quality and stuff. My favorite pencil to use out of all of these would probably be the 6B, and the brand of these is Sketch Pencil. And the pencil design is very basic and very casual. And again, favorite pencil, 6B. Do I recommend this? Yes. Do I recommend all of these supplies? Yes. So yeah, I had so much fun making this video for you guys. If you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell and that like button. I love you guys so much. Make sure you stay tuned for my next video. I upload every Sunday. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!